My name is Hank, welcome to my channel. In case you are new here, I'm a filmmaker and I vlog about my life. If you like videos like this, please let me know by subscribing, commenting and liking my video. Konnichiwa minasan and welcome to another video. So, for one reason or another, you are clearly interested in Japanese culture. Maybe you just love going to Japan, or maybe you are dating somebody who is Japanese. In my case, I have met somebody in London who is Japanese and one thing led to another, we got married. Coming from Eastern Europe and growing up in Italy and living in London and then living in Los Angeles, I never would have imagined that I will end up in Japan one day. In fact, before meeting my Japanese girlfriend, Japan was never even on the list to visit. Partially because it's so far away. However, last December I went to Japan for the first time in my life. I have met my Japanese parents-in-law, her family, friends, and I fell in love with Japan. And now I'm going to be one of those foreigners who will be obsessing with Japan, probably. I think everything is just not how it is here. Everything just functions. The way the society built is just, it feels how it should be in normal country. I don't want to get carried away too much and maybe I think I should make another video just on this topic, Japan, my first impressions in general. But this video is all about meeting my Japanese parents-in-law for the first time. Let me start with this. Meeting parents-in-law, doesn't matter where they're from, is terrifying. But in this case, in my case, meeting my Japanese parents-in-law was extremely terrifying. Mainly for me it was because I don't speak the language, and as somebody who is marrying their daughter, of course I wanted to make the best impression. I wanted them to get to know me as much as they possibly can because I was only in Japan for 1 month, and 1 month it's actually not that long to get to know somebody really well. So there was definitely a language barrier there. Honestly, I think to say that I was scared is to say nothing. I was terrified. I still remember it. I was absolutely terrified to meet my parents-in-law. However, I knew that I have to do it. I just have to go with it. And I started to prepare myself. I started to learn basic Japanese phrases. Hello, konnichiwa, watashi wa Hank desu, I am Hank, hajimemashite, dozo yoroshiku. All of these basic things a foreigner could learn. And it was, at some moments, it was embarrassing because I would meet family members, friends, and I would have to say the same phrase all over again, literally like a robot. Konnichiwa, watashi wa Hank desu, Ukraina jin to Italia jin desu, watashi wa eigo kantaku desu, dozo yoroshiku, something like that. Literally, whole same sentence all over again. And I just wanted to talk more, but I honestly couldn't. And when somebody would ask me something that is not what I memorized, I would just be lost. So that was quite terrifying experience. But luckily, my girlfriend was always next to me, always by my side, and we got out of every sticky situation. I think it went well. So here's a quick tip for you. If you are meeting your Japanese in-laws for the first time, try to prepare yourself as much as you can. Learn more than just a few basic sentences. Try to maybe memorize words, dates, some numbers, and so on. I think it will be definitely helpful. Also, try to look into the culture itself. Try to see what is acceptable to do, what is not acceptable to do. Small things like eating with chopsticks, how to hold chopsticks, where to put chopsticks, where not to put chopsticks, because it all matters. I remember when we arrived to Kyoto and during our first meeting, I think everybody been excited to see me for the first time because up until that moment we've been exchanging messages and I was on the pictures, on the videos. At that point we already had YouTube with my now wife, back then girlfriend, so clearly they got used to me on screen at least. And I think that made it much easier meeting for the first time because at least there was some kind of familiarity maybe there already between us all. So I think that helped a lot. So another quick tip for you, take a lot of pictures with your loved ones and send them to your Japanese family so they can get used to you as soon as possible. The thing about me, more I know about Japanese culture, the more I notice small things. Like, for example, I remember meeting my Japanese grandma, my wife's father, her mom, brothers and sisters, and so on. You're supposed to bow. I'm very friendly person. I just go in for the hugs. And I feel like maybe there was a little bit of a cultural shock there. However, I've been trying to hold myself really, because I grew up in Italy, and in Italy it's very normal to kiss. I'm not talking mouth to mouth kiss, but like that's a normal. When you grow up in a place, it just becomes normal to you. And I was fighting my instincts when I was going to meet somebody not to go for a kiss. That was sometimes really hard, so I just went for a hug. Nice big hug, doesn't matter who it is. If they're talking to me, that's a hug. God, remembering this now actually makes me laugh. So remember, no hugs, no kisses, but maybe start with the bow. Nice bow, and try to introduce yourself, keep the distance. I noticed that Japanese people, especially when meeting for the first time, they like to keep a bit of a distance. I think the first meeting went really well. However, of course, because of the communication problems and her side of the family, mother and father, and of course grandmother, they don't speak any English at all. So because of those small communication issues we had, of course, I feel like we couldn't just express what we wanted to express. So we had to improvise, you know how kids do, using our hands, gestures, pointing this, like that, like that, like that. Basically, we had to go back to the origins. It's funny because I feel like it says a lot about our human nature. Even if you don't speak the language, yet we are capable to understand each other, which is quite cool. So, if you don't speak any Japanese at all, and if you are going to meet your Japanese parents-in-law, don't be afraid, just be yourself. Literally try to open your heart as much as you can, be open-minded, and they will understand you. There will be connection, and then you're gonna be accepted. I think the best thing to do is literally do not overthink it and just go for it. Just be yourself. If you like Japan, you probably know that there is a very old school, very traditional family structure in Japan, that is older person has much more authority in family than the younger person. So also keep that in mind, and also no matter who, no matter if they are your relative or some stranger on the street, try to always be polite to the older people. In fact, try to be polite to everyone from day one, because Japanese people are so friendly, they're so open. But just keep in mind that there is a family structure, and usually older people have more authority. So keep that in mind and try to respect that part of the culture. For me, this meeting with my Japanese parents-in-law was a very interesting experience, and it definitely opened my eyes on many things in Japan, how real Japan is, how real families in Japan are, and I like Japan even more now. And I'm glad that my Japanese family is so open-minded and so cool about the fact that their daughter got married to a foreigner, because let's just be honest, not everybody will be this way. There are some Japanese people, older generation Japanese people, who would prefer their sons and their daughters to marry to Japanese people. And that is fine, because same things goes in Europe, in UK, in Italy, in Ukraine, in America. This can happen anywhere, and I just really feel very lucky that my Japanese family is so amazing. You see, even making this video, saying these words out loud, it's just so unusual to me when I say my Japanese family, because I got married to a Japanese woman, and now I got married into a Japanese family. And damn, that's quite a lot. Life is a journey, as they say. So, to wrap up this video, guys, do not be afraid, do not overthink, just go for it, be yourself, do your best, gambete, as they say in Japan, and life will do the rest. Cross-cultural dating was never easy, and it will never be easy, but again, I think it's crucially important just to be yourself. Do not pretend to be somebody else, just literally be yourself, be the way you are. Overall, my experience was really great, and like I said, I'm very happy and I'm very grateful to my Japanese family for being so cool, so open-minded, and so amazing. One day, Japan will be my home, and I honestly cannot wait until that day. As always, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Arigatou gozaimasu. If you like my videos, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.